As I pondered the production of this particular piece about my people's past, I realized I was not up for the task. To point of fact, I was quite the ignorant ass. I mean, how was I supposed to know? They don't teach my story, just his story. 400 freaking years of his story. Empires built on my people's backs and they get all the glory. I mean, I know we were pimped at the marketplace and sold like whores. I know about Malcolm, Martin, and Marcus, but there's got to be more. Huey P. ain't new to me. I know about Macy Jemison and her endeavors on the shuttle. I know Rosa parked on the bus and watched while white folks fussed and cussed, but there's got to be something great about us. I recall that Carver was clever enough to come up with a cornucopia, a plethora of purposes for the peanut. But Jiffy and Peter Pan ain't paying my people in profit or praise. And I know that back in the days, Morgan invented the stoplight and the gas mask, but there's got to be something deeper in my past. So as my ignorance and desire fought, I sought deeper historical thoughts. My yearnings took me to places of higher learnings. The buildings were aged with ivory, so they had to have the true story. But their professor of science thought I was defiant when I said Edison don't get all the credit. And there really wasn't no need to debate it, because I know the world stays illuminated because Latimer was in the lab when the light was created. His imagination, intelligence, and diligence created the filament. So the next knucklehead that says the Negro is lazy, cut that fool with the truth when they say we can't. Tell them Latimer developed the first centrally electric power plant. New York, London, and Toronto's nights stay bright because he delivered the electricity for their lights. And the professor of literature, she was less than pleased when I painted this picture. Once again, they steal the glory. 3 white musketeers, but a black man wrote the story. Alexander Dumas is who I present, a light-skinned Frenchman of African descent. Their stolen glory, his true story. Look, there's no animosity. I'm just trying to find a place where I can grasp the truth about my past. And on my journeys, I discovered that Hannibal wasn't some cannibal on the movie screen. Nor was he the leader of the A-team. Worst defeat the Romans had ever seen was at the hands of this African. And to this day, if you look close, you'll still find Hannibal's soldiers in the Italian bloodline. And I discovered that the Emancipation Proclamation was an illegal piece of documentation. It freed slaves in a land where Lincoln's law was less than legal. And I know Jesse Owens ran for the gold. But when the truth was told, a black man won the race to the North Pole. See, Henson got there first because Perry's toes got told. And to this day, his music remains a classical standard. Did you know Beethoven was called the Black Spaniard? Now look, I don't know if this black woman was a professor or a waitress, but the Wachowski brothers stole her manuscript and retitled it The Matrix. Now, you would think with all of this, my people would get a more proportionate portion of American profit and ownership since we did invent the potato chip. Look here, when it comes to this particular sect of the human race, I can talk till I'm black in the face and pass out on the floor. But when you walk away from this piece, the only thing you need to remember is when it comes to black folks, there's always more.